What is up, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing the Strike King Tumbleweeds. So these little baits are actually pretty good. They're a version of the dice baits from Japan, and Strike King made a version of their own, and in my opinion they're actually pretty good quality dice baits. I mean, I went fishing with them today, and sometimes I just throw them on a drop shot hook like this, just right through the middle, and I wouldn't even put a weight on it sometimes. Sometimes I just cast it out and just let it sit so the appendages would wiggle, and then sometimes it wouldn't even hit the bottom and the bass would already have it in its mouth. It was a really good day. I caught 7 bass and 1 bluegill in probably about an hour. So it was pretty good. And it lasted all those fish, and it tore up pretty badly. But the thing was, it still stayed on the hook. And even if you put it through one way and there's a hole in it, you can just switch the angle you hook it through and still have a perfectly good dice bait. So they stay on the hook insanely well, especially for their high price tag of $10.99 for 4. It's insane, but I mean, they work. And then towards the middle of the trip, I threw the same setup, but I put a drop shot weight on the end of it, and I could get it out there further, and I caught the bass more towards the middle of the pond, and they're just working. Honestly, the only major problem I have with the tumbleweed is when you hook it through, these appendages go all the way through the bait. So when a bass takes it and when a bass eats it, it'll push it up your line. It won't rip it off, because that's just how the bait works. But sometimes your hook would get caught up with all the inside of the skirt. Since it's on the inside, it'll get wrapped up around the hook. And it can kind of be a mess, and then sometimes it'll pull and it won't be as even. But even with that problem, you still get tons of bites. Even, like, I bet I could pull out half these little bits of skirt material and I'd still catch a ton of fish. It's just a really good, subtle bait just for bass. And this color is called smallmouth candy. It's a pretty nice color. I've yet to try it on a lake because I just got it yesterday. But as soon as I get out to a lake, I'm going to throw it on a drop shot, and I'm going to try to catch some smallies on it, or even some largies. In my opinion, though, I think this almost works better than a wacky. Like, I know the wacky's the OG, but I just have a feeling that this might end up getting more bites than a wacky. Because this pond I go to, the bass will never bite a wacky rig. But then as soon as I pulled out the dice bait, they started hitting this thing like it's no tomorrow. I don't know if it's a size difference. I bet if I pulled out a smaller worm and wackied it, I'd probably get more as well. But they loved this dice bait. One more problem I have with the dice bait that, I mean, is to be expected with its size, is that it just doesn't really produce big bass. Like, I was fishing it today. Most of mine were dinks. I caught probably some of the smallest bass in my life, which, it's not bad. And the big bass that I did hook into usually spit it. So this bait can catch big fish, but I think it's more over just to get the skunk out of the boat type of lure, or if you just need to produce a quick bass. But I have only tried it in ponds, so it could produce bigger, better fish in lakes, but I don't know. I want to try it in lakes eventually. The scent on it, though, that OG Strike King scent, that coffee, is present in this bait too, and it is so good. I think overall this is a really good bait, and it has a really low entry level, so you can fish this thing. You don't even need a drop shot hook like I'm fishing with. You could throw it on like a tiny little bluegill hook or even a jig head, and you'd probably still get good bites on it. But when you do hook it, like don't put it up here. I know it's kind of common sense. You want to put it down near the hook. You normally want to do the same as well. Like if you pick up a jig head like this one, still put it at the end like that. Like that is a way that I would fish it. But I have drop shots, and I would much rather utilize a drop shot than a jig head. But low entry barrier, smells good, it catches fish,